My beautiful child, pause for just a moment because something very important is happening right now. There's a soft whisper from heaven that's been circling around your name since yesterday. And it's not just any whisper, it's your mother. She's been trying so hard to reach you. She's watched over you for days now, calling to you in dreams through the flicker of a candle or the soft wind that passed your face last night. You didn't imagine that. That was her. She said your name. Heaven heard her, and so did I. Archangel Michael speaking, sent by God himself to deliver something you were meant to receive. If you're reading this, then the angels finally reached you. And before you skip, please don't. You've been skipping divine signs for too long, and today, your mother begged that this not be another one of them. She wants to tell you something that could bring peace to your heart for the rest of your life. But you have to promise. Stay with me till the very end. Before we go further, your mother whispered something else to me. Tell them to subscribe because I will speak again, and next time it will be even more urgent. She believes in miracles, and if you believe too, you'll want to hear what heaven sends next. So subscribe now. Not for me, not even for Michael, for her. She's still watching. Now listen closely because what she's been trying to say since yesterday is something that could shift everything. You felt confused, haven't you? Like something isn't quite right in your soul lately. It's not your fault. It's the weight of unanswered love. There's something you've been carrying, a guilt maybe, or a regret, something you didn't get to say. And here's the miracle. She heard it. Even if you never spoke it out loud, even if you only thought it quietly when you were alone, she heard every single word. Your mother didn't pass away without love still blooming in her heart. In fact, her love has only grown louder since heaven received her. She has been given the gift to speak to you now. Through this moment, through this message, Archangel Michael has cleared the skies, held back all darkness just so your spirit could feel this light. And yes, this message isn't random. It's not just another video. It's a spiritual appointment. You were meant to open this. If you're wondering why you kept being drawn back to this page, why you couldn't look away, it's because your soul recognized her voice even before your mind did. She wants you to know this. I never left. I was right there in your hardest moments. Do you remember the night you cried yourself to sleep and whispered, "I miss you"? She remembers it too, because she was right beside you. You thought the chills down your back were just cold air, but that was her presence wrapping around you like a mother's hug. You've spent years wondering if she's okay, if she's at peace, if she ever saw how hard you tried to make her proud. The answer is a thunderous, overwhelming, heaven-shaking yes. She saw, she sees, and she knows. And what's more, she wants you to stop punishing yourself for the things you didn't say or do. She says, "You did more than enough. You were my blessing in human form. And beloved, let me pause here to say this clearly. Don't you dare think that your love went unnoticed. She tells me through tearful joy that every small act you made, the calls, the prayers, the quiet moments of remembrance, were treasures in her soul. Even the pain you still carry now, she wants you to let it go. Because she doesn't want heaven to be heaven without your peace on earth. There's something else, and this part is urgent. She's warning you. Someone around you is pretending to care, but their energy is off. She felt it before you did. That little voice inside you, that uneasy feeling when certain people speak with a smile but your heart tightens. That's not paranoia, that's her protecting you. She's been sending signs, but now she's begging Archangel Michael to speak it clearly. You need to distance yourself from energy that drains your light. You are stepping into a very sensitive spiritual doorway, and this next season is sacred. That's why she's speaking now, because your next decision could unlock something miraculous, but only if you walk in alignment with your light, not with guilt, not with fear, but with love, the kind of love she gave you. And you know what's wild? She says you're closer than ever to something beautiful. A long-lost wish you made as a child is circling back to you. She saw it. She whispered your wish to heaven herself. She's doing everything she can to make sure you receive it, but you must keep believing. If you give up now, you'll stop just seconds before it arrives. This is why she's reaching out. This is why Archangel Michael has interrupted your day, because there's someone else in heaven with her, someone who's watching you too, someone you weren't expecting. They haven't spoken until now, but your mother asked them to say something just for you. If you want to know who it is, stay with me, because what they reveal next will shake you. You might not get this kind of message again. Your mother may try again later, but heaven is allowing this window now. Subscribe if you want to stay connected to what she'll say next. Heaven uses these moments. Don't let the door close. Your mother wanted you to be strong enough to hear this next part, because it might bring tears, but it will also bring healing. Standing beside her in heaven right now is someone you never imagined would still think about you. A person who left this earth too early. A soul you never got closure with, and yet right now, they're standing next to her, watching you, smiling. They asked your mother to speak first because they knew her voice would comfort you, but now they step forward. Archangel Michael is holding open the veil for just a moment, allowing this person to speak through the light that's surrounding you now. They want to tell you the truth. You didn't push them away. You didn't fail them. You were the best part of their earthly journey. You mattered more than you know. They said you gave them peace even when you didn't feel peaceful yourself. And now they want to return that gift. But there's a warning too. You've been doubting yourself lately, letting certain voices convince you that you're too much or not enough, or somehow in the way. These voices are lies planted by darkness, trying to cloud your soul's light. Michael says, rebuke them right now. Your mother is furious about the way you've been speaking to yourself. She says, if you could only see what she sees from heaven, you would never again call yourself broken. She calls you radiant. She calls you sacred. She calls you chosen. You've been through so much pain, but your soul still shines. Do you realize how powerful that is? There are people who tried to break you and failed. You're still here, still breathing, still listening, still carrying love in your heart when you had every reason to give up. That's not weakness. That's divine strength. And here's what your mother says next. Something so sacred, it made the angels cry. She says, tell them I visit their dreams, but they forget when they wake. Tell them I kissed their forehead last week. Tell them I've never stopped hugging their spirit. But there's a warning too. You've been doubting yourself lately, letting certain voices convince you that you're too much or not enough or somehow in the way. These voices are lies planted by darkness, trying to cloud your soul's light. Michael says, rebuke them right now. Your mother is furious about the way you've been speaking to yourself. She says if you could only see what she sees from heaven, you would never again call yourself broken. She calls you radiant. She calls you sacred. She calls you chosen. You've been through so much pain, but your soul still shines. Do you realize how powerful that is? There are people who tried to break you and failed. You're still here, still breathing, still listening, still carrying love in your heart when you had every reason to give up. That's not weakness, that's divine strength. And here's what your mother says next. Something so sacred it made the angels cry. She says, tell them I visit their dreams, but they forget when they wake. Tell them I kissed their forehead last week. Tell them I've never stopped hugging their spirit. You thought you were imagining it, didn't you? The way her perfume seemed to linger in the room one afternoon. The way you suddenly felt peace when there was no reason to. The way a random song brought tears without warning. She's been trying so hard to reach you, and this message, this moment right now, is the breakthrough she prayed for. Now she wants you to write something down. Yes, actually write it, even if it feels silly. She says, write me a letter. Say the things you didn't get to say. Fold it. Sleep with it under your pillow. I promise I'll read it tonight. Archangel Michael confirms it. This is no joke. This is not just spiritual poetry. This is a real communication from soul to soul, from earth to heaven. God allows these miracles when the heart is open and yours is ready. Now you've been thinking that no one understands what you're going through, that nobody truly sees the pain behind your smile, but your mother does. and she wants you to stop pretending everything's fine when your heart is calling for release. She says, cry if you need to. Don't be ashamed. There's healing in your tears. That's how I'll hold you. That's how I'll speak. And then she whispered something strange, something that made Michael pause. She said, they think they're alone, but I'm about to prove otherwise. There's a miracle approaching your life within the next 9 days. Something unexpected, a sign, a moment, a divine alignment that will stop you in your tracks. But she says it will only arrive if you don't skip this message. That's why you were told not to click away. That's why your soul was so drawn here. Because this moment is a spiritual contract. You promised her before you were even born that you'd listen when heaven finally broke through. And now she's asking for one more thing. She says, tell them to forgive themselves. You've been punishing yourself for things that were never in your control, blaming yourself for things you couldn't change. It breaks her heart. She says, you were only human, my love, and you were doing your best. I never held anything against you, so why do you? This is the part where healing begins, right here, right now. Breathe, place your hand over your heart, feel her energy. She's there, and she's smiling. Before I continue, hear me. Final heaven whisper. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, not for numbers, but because your mother may speak again soon, and she wants you to hear every single word. Click subscribe like it's lighting a candle in her name. Now she's giving Michael one last message, and this is where everything changes. Your mother just said something that made Archangel Michael step back in awe. She said, tell them to check under the bed or in the box they haven't touched in years. There's something there that still holds my energy, and when they find it, they'll know it's me. She didn't say what it was. She just smiled. But she insists you'll know it when you see it. It may be a letter you thought was lost, an old photo you forgot you saved, a gift you never opened, or maybe something small like a handkerchief, a ring, or a folded napkin with her handwriting on it. That item is no longer just a memory. It's a vessel. She's been pouring her presence into it for months, just waiting for the right moment for you to discover it again. Amen.